Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday and happy live stream number 104. I hope everybody's having a great day. I truly, truly do. It's great to be back for our delicious Sunday live stream. Thank Max Headroom. Thank you, everybody, for popping in and for joining in. I truly appreciate it. Without any further ado, let's see who's here. I bet there's a few regulars. There's Cecil, regular number 1, or top 10, that's for sure. He's definitely top 10. There's Radios. Mr. Matthew is here, 3rd. Let's see. I mean, ho ho. Hi, Gigi. I mean, ho ho ho. I can't keep up with you sometimes, Radios. Hey, Bonnie, you're here. Yeah, I'm a little late. I'm a tad bit late. Hey, Katie, how are you? Woohoo! Mr. Angus McNaughton, the one and only. Sheesh, no reminder. No reminder until 2:01. So I'm guessing that because I was a minute late getting rolling, I'm guessing that you actually get the reminder once the stream goes live. Is that right? That's odd. I mean, I guess it's not odd because why would you get a reminder if I don't set a premiere? I don't know. I don't know how all that works. That's way too technical for me. I'm an analog guy. Fat fingers. Hey, there's Lanky Lime. How are you, buddy? Eric is here. Good to see you, sir. There's Mr. Butch Magnum. Jeffrey. Jeffrey is here. Greetings. Silver Horse. Hello, Jack. How are you, buddy? Found cameras this week. Had 2 disappointments. I know. I saw your email. That stinks. Man, there's nothing worse than, well, there's probably worse things, of course. But it really stinks when you get a camera and you just, oh, I just hope it works. I hope it works. Put the double A's in and clickety click, nothing. Or the lens is all messed up. I know. Yeah. I know. Hey, Lyle, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Is that Mr. Barry? Good afternoon, all. Hope things are great with you. Things are fandango. Jim Cahill, what are you doing here? You're here on time. And look at this. Present and accounted for. Mr. Mike is here. Thank you for being here, everybody. Click the like button. Thank you, Angus. Hey, Butch, greetings from Arcadia, California. You have been a bit absent, but that's okay. We're going to give you a pass. How's the stream? Is it glitchy? Let me look. I'm looking at the monitor. Ooh, doesn't look, it's not really freezing. Radio's 1. Wait, oh. Sometimes the screen just gets away from me. Oh, I lost you. Apparently the guy selling the Motormatic 35 had taken the camera to Goodwill and didn't take the listing down, so I was oh, that's a bummer. I used to sell on eBay a lot, and I've done dumb things like that before. The worst thing is when you get a couple orders and you switch them. So, you know, like the little old lady gets the camera and the young hot shot film shooter gets, you know, the crochet kit. Although I didn't really sell crochet kits, so. And 2 Kodak Electric 8 turned out to be a dud. That's a bummer. Jeffrey says, my brother passed away 2 weeks ago last Thursday. He was declining in health. He was an avid collector, and now we are just starting to see the extent of his collection. Wow. Jeffrey, I'm so sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters, and we're very close, and I can't imagine. So I'm very sorry to hear that. What kind of a collection? Is it camera collection stuff, or is it just collection of things? Hey, Fritz, how are you? Jeffrey says, I am doing well, and we are at peace now. Okay. All right. It's tough. Oh, it's tough. It's inevitable. It's inevitable that we all face that. But, you know, it's not doesn't mean it's easy, you know. Hey, Bart, how are you, buddy? Steady? LOL, steady. Hey, Mysterious, how are you, bud? Ooh. I was going to develop your the roll of found film you sent me and have it for today, but I may try to show it. Well, it depends on how it comes out. I'm not positive what I'm going to do yet. If it comes out, I might show it on my members only live stream. I was kind of interested to learn more about the bleach bypass, and I had heard of bleach bypass. I just had never really done it because we talked about it last week. So I think as long as I have enough time, I might just shoot something goofy and try a bleach bypass with ECN2 and just see what it would. Now I know that the results are going to be quite contrasty and a lot of darker. I know you lose a lot of detail in your shadows, and you can blow out your highlights and whatnot. So I'm gonna experiment with that. We may have some results for the next members only live stream on some bleach bypass. Members, thank you for being members. Our live stream is this Thursday, which is November 20th of 2025 at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Please be there. I am going to try my best for some bleach bypass, and if Mysterious WV had sent me some found film like Mike did and like a lot of you have done, I'm going to try to get that processed and scanned, and if we get results, I may just end up showing you guys first. So, members, don't forget. And I'm way behind on the chats, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a bummer. Losing a family member is, even if it's expected or partially, it's never easy. I lost my dad last year, and I mean, losing a sibling has got to be as bad, as painful. So yeah, definitely you have my condolences, Jeffrey, and I'm sure, as well as everyone here, you know, kind of like a family here. So. That's weird, Jim. Jim Cahill, I don't know why that's happening. And I do hardwire my internet now. I have this Duex cart, which I think is an ingenious idea. Would be nice in a camera that didn't get stuck after a second. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Lime says, a few months ago I spent $100 on a lens and busted the shutter within half an hour. Oh, it sounds like my life. That's my life. By the way, happy birthday, Jack. Our good buddy Jack, Silverhorse. His birthday was Friday, so happy birthday, my friend. Hey, Charlie, how are you, buddy? Doing well. Okay, your dad and you are doing well. Got to hang in there, man. We got a lot of film to shoot. I watched one battle after another in Malmö on 70mm. I bet that was awesome. Not on my phone for once. Maybe no spelling errors. You're actually going to use a keyboard. The likes are only 5. Come on, people. Hit the, the little thummy button. Arizona does not do daylight savings, so I get confused. Yeah, I wish we didn't. Have you ever been to the Brevard Zoo, Mike? You would all like it. Yes, Jack. I know you just went, and we've gone quite a few times. We really like it down there. It's easy. It's a very easy drive for us. So, yes, we have, and we love it. We just did we do these little mini vacations throughout Florida and South Georgia and stuff. And we did one down in Melbourne, Florida last year, I think, and we went there as well. I found a How to Make a Good Movies book with ephemera inside. Oh, cool. Or you watched the movie in Malmo. I've got some items on eBay and some are in people's carts, but they won't buy them. They used to happen to me all the time. If you'd say, it's in 4 people's carts, but it just sits and it sits and it sits. Hey, Abel, how are you? I have some cool little things I want to show you guys. We're going to revisit a couple things. Okay, vintage video game systems, basically everything. Boats, cars, campers. Oh my, wow. So you got your work cut out for you, but you're doing it right because you gotta let this process take its course, I'm sure, right? Before you delve into all of the things that one of your loved ones, you know, got the most joy out of. I mean, you don't just get in there all at once like some greedy, crazy person. Wow, that's tough. Yeah, I know. But just make the most of it, right, Jeffrey? You just make the most of it. I mean, we're all destined for the same place, so just do it. Do it at your own pace, you know. Now I want to clean my camera collection out. I really need to. It's 11 PST already. Hey, Jason. How are you, bud? Okay, Jason, I'm just going to confirm. Jason sent me some film. I do have it processed for you. I didn't email you yet, but I'm going to. Your film is processed. It's been scanned. I'm probably going to re-clean it. I told you, and you guys know, I'm going to show you a film in a few minutes. When I do ECN2, I'm okay. I do it all at home, but I get a lot of dirt and grime, you know, hair and dust. I hang it, and I've kind of altered my hanging system a little, where it's a little more confined, but it's still, and I get water spots, even though I use distilled water and photo flow. So I do the best I can, and yours is done, Jason, but I really need to re-clean it. It's got a bit of water spotting and stuff like that, but I'm not going to spoil it. But I'll get with you in the next day or two for sure. TV on the wrong video and have the sound on my phone. Hey, there's Super Cine. The good thing with bleach bypass is you can run it through the soup again. So yes, you're right. You're right. You sent me the video, right? Kosi Roma, right? And he did a great job. Is that his name? Nkosi Roma, I believe. And that was a good video, by the way. Experimental. And yes, he did it, and he bypassed and then scanned it and then re-bleached and fixed. I think he even refixed it again, didn't he? Or bleached it actually this time. It's a big difference. There is a big difference, and I saw some people complaining about, well, it's different than if you just didn't go through he went through the entire process again because he had a lab do it, and they sent it through their whole processor again. So he was redoing everything, the original color develop, and then the bleach, and then so people complained a little bit, but I think the way he did it was perfectly fine and it made sense. So Thursday at 1 for members only. Yes, Matthew, this Thursday. November 20th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, members only live stream. Be there. I'm going to try to do a bleach bypass film if I have time. It's been nuts. I'm behind on emails. I'm behind on a lot of stuff. It's been really busy for me, and I have a lot of personal life stuff going on too. Not bad stuff, just I have a lot. Like the film you made of the car show. Yeah, that was a cool film. Yeah, if you guys don't know it, Old Radios posts some of his films on his YouTube channel. And he just posted the one that I developed most recently of a car show he filmed, which was really cool. It's never easy. My dad died a few weeks ago. Ah, bummer. What is with this? Let's turn the tables, people. I'm sorry, Jim Cahill. I know that feeling well. My brother was the one that kept buying me vintage film cameras, and I have way too many now, and we just found more in totes. You know what? Keep the ones you really like. Keep the ones you really like. When my dad passed away, I kept a couple of things. You know, my stepmom has most of everything, and her son with my dad got most everything. But I got a couple little things, and that's all. I mean, a couple things he liked, but I lost my dad 3 years ago. I do too. I want to call mine all the time. All the time. You got it, Charlie. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Of course, Jack. We don't like to celebrate our birthdays when we get older, but we can't fight it. It's there. Paid $10 for that dud Kodak. I was still bummed as typical with the battery movie. Oh, I know. I've got 13 likes on my side. Well, let's keep going. Click the like button. Let's get it up a little bit. Maybe 20? Can we get 20? How many people are here? There's like almost 30 people here. True Angus. The simplest Kodaks tend to hold up best. And as long as they're the metal ones, yeah. I'll tell you what, my Kodak, the Brownie 8mm camera, I love it. My Kodak Brownie, it's a plastic one. This is wooden. You guys remember that? My wooden camera. This I bought 20 bucks. It's dusty. From a thrift store, but it's like brand new. It's mint. I've shot this. I actually did a video on this. These are this little Brownie. You see these all the time, but I've never really seen one in this condition. It's in such beautiful condition. So I snagged it. Got the paperwork in there. But that's the original Kodak Brownie 8mm camera. Roll film. Oh, I love that camera. It's beautiful. Beautiful clock. It's beautiful clock. And then there's this. It's the Newland E700. You guys remember this? My wife got this for me a couple years ago. A little stocking stuffer or something. It was fun. You just put it together. You have to punch out the wood, little templates, and kind of push everything together. Kind of like my fake Aeroflex. I got to be careful picking it up. My daughter put this together for me. We call them schmegos. Dusty. They're not real Legos. They're schmegos. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's the Aioli SR. Please don't drop it, Mike. They're a little fragile. There's pieces that kind of wiggle. But that's a fun little model. And I had to have my daughter put that together for me. Anyway, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Did I miss a bunch of people? I'm sure if you're here and I didn't see you. Hey, Mike is here. Shot a couple sheets of 5x4 yesterday. Wow, you still got it. Congrats. All right, because there's a few things I want to talk about. Is it bad, 1 to 10? So it's different, Jason. It's different because you must have been messing with the exposure. Well, you were. So, no, it's not bad. The only bad part is the fact that I have such a hard time keeping dust, dirt, and water spots off of it. But we'll see what we can do. I'll do the best I can. It gets progressively darker, and I know that's what you were probably trying to test. But overall, I don't think it's bad at all. But I'm very curious what on earth it is that you shot. It's really cool. And the other films... Okay, I missed the first few minutes of what you said. What about my... No, I haven't gotten to those quite yet, radios. Those are soon. I'm hoping to do it. I'm leaving Saturday just for 4 days. But I'm hoping to have all that done before I leave. I got a lot to do this week, so... And that's part of the a lot to do. Scale of 1 to 10, Jason, I'll give it a 7 overall. Maybe, I don't know. And that's only because it gets so dark. You can't see anything at the end. I can tell you that. Yeah, that was not yours. So did you buy that roll of film radios? I did a roll of film for old radios that the first 17 seconds was like somebody else had shot. I'm assuming it wasn't sealed in obviously sealed in a box, right? You just got it on eBay or something. It's about 20 now. What's 20? What is 20? Excited to use C41. Buy ECN2. Oh, because there's no remjet? Is that what you're talking about, Lyle? I really like ECN2 though. And you know they do use a different color developer. Hey, Lyndon's back. Good to see you. Oh yeah, there it is. Old radios phonographs. That's Radio's channel. Old Radio's phonographs. That Brownie is pretty. I love it. It's so simple too, Jim. They are, Jeffrey. They're built like tanks. They're like little mini Bolexes. For about 40 bucks. What'd Matthew say? My Brownie is also in really good condition. If you can get them, and that's a good price too, Matthew. If you can get them and they're in super good shape, I should have put it on the close-up cam so you could see it. There is not a scuff on it. Because I have this cam still, remember? My little wheel cam. I don't even know why. I don't use that wheel for a whole lot, but I thought it'd be fun. You need a wooden one. Yeah, you have plenty of metal ones, don't you? Mike. The other ones are World War II footage of Tokyo being bombed. There's more where those films came from. I can't wait to do that Verichrome found film. Yeah, Radio sent me a roll of found film too. Those are always, you never know. You get a good roll of black and white, older 50s, 60s found film, you just never know what's going to be on them. $6 each, that's not bad. Yeah, I might, but the only thing is I might, Bart, you're talking about super glue, but I just leave it sit. I don't ever really pick it up, and this is the first time I think I picked it up twice since she built it for me. Did you check on the developing system thing I showed you last stream? Yes. Well, I looked at, wait. What was it? God, I'm so bad. I looked at it on here. I remember looking at it online, but I don't think I dug deeper into it. Jeffrey, if you think about it, will you send me an email? Because I do want to look at that. Because I don't know when I'm going to be able to buy. I have been in talks with Victor in Ukraine about one of his linear systems. It's essentially a real developing system, only he makes them smaller, and they are absolutely beautiful. And I have been in talks, and they're quite expensive, so I would have to sell a few t-shirts before I can do that. Ah, Jason. I don't rock. Deal. Get them to give you a bundle deal, like 10 of them for $40. Yeah, there you go. For lots of newsreels in big cities. Shooting my first 18 rolls of 100-foot 500T AHU in 35 millimeter. That's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting because of that halation. There's no remjet. Ooh, that's going to be fun. That'll be fun. And you can develop them yourself if you want to. So to clarify, I deliberately changed the meter lock to test the camera's exposure. Suffice to say, the test. Yes, the cart was fine, and the camera was fine. So whatever you did, it gets. Jason, it gets increasingly darker. So you were definitely stopping your lens down. Probably, I don't know how far down you went, because at some point it gets to where you can't read your cards anymore. It's just black. So I feel like whatever you were doing worked. So I would call it absolutely a successful test. Wild, I had to hit refresh to see Mike. I was still getting the brewing screen. Cool, shot regular 8. I know. I hope the stream is going okay. No, Mike, I wish. My wife told me, she goes, yesterday, she goes, you know, you should just put a little shop together. Just Shopify or something right before Christmas. Just sell a few t-shirts or something and, you know, see what you can do. And I don't know. I'm so bad at that stuff. And it's sad because I've had people like Dave Knoptop, and I know my buddy Jupes, I really don't talk to as much as I'd like to anymore. My old filmmaking partner, they're so creative and they're so talented. Like Knoptop made me that t-shirt, and he also made this for me and sent it to me. It's got like that rubberized kind of cover. He just had them printed. There he is. You should make jibs. So Dave Knopp, there's Knoptop, made this for me. He designed that. I just love that. If you're a horror film fanatic like me, it's a statement I made, some goofy, bumbling statement on one of my live streams, or actually a regular standalone video. I'm such a horror film buff or fanatic. I kind of twisted my words, and Dave Knopp saw that. So what's he do? Horror film buff fanatic, Filmboy24. And he had it printed on this really cool, like, it's like a rubber. Very cool. And he sent me this and a t-shirt. He designed and had printed they're right over there, my stickers, my good morning, afternoon, evening stickers. I send these sometimes. A couple of you guys have gotten these. Dave Knopp did these. So it's not anybody's fault but mine, because I just am not very good at this stuff. I'm not. Yeah, Dave Knopp. I used to make jibs and sell them. I owned a company for almost 18 years called Glide Shot Industries. And I sold thousands of compact camera jibs that I would build in my little 1,000 square foot air conditioned shop that I leased. How how gigantic. I wish I could show everyone what I'm working on. It's not a camera, it's a gigantic computer from the mid-'80s. Wow, that would be cool. You can show everyone. Anything you want to show, just have to email me a picture or something, and I can show it if you really want to. Hey, I'll buy the Filmboy24 boxer briefs. Yeah, do you really want those? I could be like one of those girls, right? You know the girls that sell are like, nah, we won't get into that. Vintage Vibe, how are you? People would be repulsed. How are you, Vintage Vibe? Good to see you. So there's a few things that I want to talk about. There will be no regularly scheduled Sunday live stream next Sunday. My oldest daughter is celebrating her Sweet 16. So for her Sweet 16, her best friend, her best friend's family, and my family, we're all going away for 4 days to celebrate that birthday. So we'll be gone Sunday, so I can't do this. Now, my wife has given me an idea to do some vlogging. I have the gimbal that my brother gave me, like the cool DJI phone gimbal that her and I may walk around. We'll be on the beach. So we might walk around and do a little bit of vlogging with the film cameras and things like that. So I don't know what we're going to do with that yet, but there will be no live stream next Sunday. The only live stream coming up is the members only stream, which is Thursday, if you remember, Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Dana, otherwise known as Angus McNaughton, Sweet 16 millimeter. Take your camera and film the birthday. Yes, I will be doing lots of that. Lots and lots of that. So I'm getting a from Jason right now. Oh wow, is this something what is that? All right, so Jason here on the chat that we're talking to, compact portable from 1985 that he's working on. Look at this, all you analog freaks like me. That is really cool. He's got it apart. That reminds me so much of one of the computers I learned on. Look at this he's working on. Very cool. Very cool. Do you remember the Tandy TRS-80? I learned on that in school. We had them. They were all one piece, kind of molded around. The monitor was like molded, the keyboard. And my first personal computer was the Texas Instruments TI 99 4A. It was just a keyboard. You hook it up to your TV. Had a little slot you could jam like cartridges into if you wanted to save stuff. It wasn't a disk drive. It was a cassette. Remember that? Very cool, Jason. Bring the brick. Oh, the big camera. If you are all interested, I sent Mike. Oh yeah, sent a picture. Mike, is your gift to your daughter is not embarrass her. Well, Nicole had a good idea. My wife had a good idea. She said, let's get 8 little cameras, little disposable cameras. And Piper has one already that we're going to take that my buddy here, Angus McNaughton, sent to her. It's a Coca-Cola camera. I'm going to load some fresh film in it and give everybody a camera. And let's just, when we're out one day, just have fun. And then I'll bring them back and develop them all and show you guys. Neil Sedaka. 16, that was a bad year for me. I don't remember turning 16. Currently trying to get the floppy drive working. Hey, good luck with that. Tandy, the Trash 80, that's right, TRS, they called them the Trash 80. And by the time this coffee is done, you won't see the Pac-Man people anymore. Because this is a, you guys remember this mug? When it's hot, they light up, or they show color, but when it's not, they go away. I used one of those portables for work, took it to and from DC to El Paso. Isn't that crazy? I had a word processor, too. 128 megs. That's back when, like, you buy a meg of memory, a megabyte of memory was expensive, too. Trash 80, as it was known. Yep. I remember that computer. We had one at one of my jobs. Yes, Tandy, my friend had one. Played Asteroids. Oh, man. My dad briefly had a Commodore 64. Those were like the cool ones, though, Katie. The Commodore 64 was like the cool one, right? What's Jeffrey sending me? My video production company was based on Commodore Amiga. See, but those were the good. They were like the good ones, like the toaster, the video toasters, right? Amiga had the video toaster. Angus, I need a time machine. Yeah, me too. 3D animation for the masses. $100 per meg. I know, so expensive. My older brother and I, we talk about that a lot. I think I looked at this. Jeffrey sending me this processing machine, Reflex Lab. That's right, I did look at this. And I got to tell you, the price is not terrible. It's not terrible. But will it do Super 8? Here's my biggest concern. It does do, yeah. Oh my God. A 120 auto bulk film loader. I'm looking at just some of the stuff. I know you guys aren't going to be able to, but this is the actual machine. I think we talked about this last week that Jeffrey's telling me about. But I'm looking for a machine that will do 400 feet of 16 millimeter film. 400 feet. So it almost has to be one of these processors that goes, you know, through the buckets of chemical. We were NewTek video toaster beta testers for the gang in Topeka, Kansas. That's awesome. Toasters, that does bring me back. For the video toaster. I miss those. I really miss those. Jason, I had a D-Bessel on that computer to inventory government supplies for the Border Patrol back in the mid-'80s. Wow. Toasters model. Did you look into the camera dactyl processor? I kind of turned out for a second. No. Wait. Did you send me links to those? I have seen most of those. And we talked about a processor once. In fact, Paul Cotto did a video on it, and we talked about it a few live streams ago. It was really cool. The days when Sculpt 4D took a day to render a simple scene, and we thought that was fast. I know, and now we get really pissy if it takes an hour to render a whole video. You still have one, Jack? That's awesome. But you know what? They still can be viable today. They do wipes and dissolves just like we do today. They really do. I've only seen those play DOS games and explode as this one has. Mike, yeah, man, Sculpt Anim. Yeah, that 4D was our bread and butter. Yeah, that was your bread and butter. Somebody brought up last week the Sankyo cameras, and I had one, and I wanted to revisit something. I told you guys I want to revisit something. I kind of call Sankyo the poor man's camera, but they're really good cameras. They're kind of like Shinon. Sankyo, Shinon, lower end Bell & Howell, not good Bell & Howell. But they made some really good models. If you guys remember this bag, probably not, so let's revisit. Speaking of Sankyo and the lens, look at the lens goes up. Mike sent you an email on some processor ideas. Did you just send it? Vintage Vibe, did you just send the email or was it a while back? I'm so far behind on emails right now, guys. But I may have seen it. And I feel like you included like 3 or 4 different processors. We touched on most of those in live streams. But I'm going to revisit that, I promise. And thank you for sending that. I still have our A2500 with all the software and it still works. There's nothing wrong with it. You just need a computer, a backdated computer to run it. Babylon 5 used toasters, I believe. Yeah, a while back. Okay, thank you, Vintage Vibe. Yes, we have actually we've actually reviewed and gone over most, I think all of those. I like that one that shows it sitting in the middle of the office It was for one roll of Super 8 film, like a linear processor. It was really cool. I think they need to be totally retrofitted for today's needs. And that's kind of what this guy in the Ukraine does. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. Is Dave Knopp still in the chat? Dave, are you still here? I got to show something to Dave Knopp that Jim Cahill just sent me. Hey, Dave, are you still here? Bentley for the win. The store I found. All right. So, Dave, this is what Jim Cahill just sent me, because I know Dave sort of lurks like I do on some of his stuff. We talk about this all the time. Let me know if you can read that. Wanted, missing camera. If you see it, please notify the Super 8 authorities. You see that, Jeffrey? Hey, Rich, how are you, buddy? So, if for anybody that doesn't get that little inside joke, Dave Knopp actually came to my house a couple months ago, and we shot a film for a film festival, and he left his Elmo album 3600 for me to doodle with for a bit. And I still have it, and I've sort of claimed ownership of it, even though it's not mine. So it's sort of a running, well, you get it. It's Dave's camera. I'm taking good care of it. Dave, I don't know if I told you, but I have a roll of film in it now, and my goal is to take 3,600 individual photos. I'm nowhere close. I've taken about 100, and the film counter is moved. I mean, it's like watching the hour hand if you're sitting in front of it. Ooh, Pinnacle night. Pinnacle was nice, yes. That was the schnitzel. So these are two cameras, Sankyo, and they are tanks. You guys, I did a video on both of these. Both cameras I've done review videos on separately. Oh, things are beasts. If Travis was here, Travis is a Sankyo guy. But, look at this. You guys remember these? Ooh. And by the way, these both run really well. Let me try to do it so the light catches them right. Yeah. So what we have is this one, and they're really bulky. One of the reasons I'm not a huge fan is they are extremely bulky. Oh, there's no batteries in them now, and I have to share a battery holder for them right here because I'm missing one. But this is the Sankyo XL40S. I'm going to show you a film. Doing well. Actually bought a couple cameras this week. Healed up from the hernia surgery. Cleaned up my bicycle. And I'm back in the saddle. Awesome. Life is good. That's so good to hear, Rich. Wait, I thought we were bidding on that. You had a bid of 1,500 and was outbid. Dave's here. Stop. Dave's not here. All right, who knows it? Dave. Dave's not here. I got a battery holder for mine off eBay. Yeah, but and it's the one. It's got the two contacts on the same side, so you can buy the little 4 battery holders, or 6, I think they are, for general use. But these ones, it's got the 2 pins. See the 2 pins, like the, kind of like the 9-volt battery. But most of them, all of them, Dave's not here, man. They're on the edge up here when you buy them, and I don't like they won't fit. So you got to kind of rework them or something. But these are hard to find unless you find specifically. I got the stuff. What stuff, man? Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here. Could you have a battery holder? You probably could. I really want to get a 3D printer. If my house was bigger than 1,200 square feet, I'd probably do it. Dave's not here, man. I really like my Sankyo XL40S. Chunky, but a good lens. So this is the XL40S. It's feature rich. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot to these cameras, and they're not that expensive, and they're excellent alternatives. They really are. Sister Mary Elephant. They're just clunky. They're very clunky. Their sound. Sankyo made a ton of cameras, and they made look very low end, very high end in their range. They have microphones that slide onto these little cold shoes on the back here. Open it up, right? I don't know why they opened this top. It's weird the way it opens. See that? It like opens the top too for some unknown reason. But anyway, I did a video on this one back in June of 2023, and I shot, because somebody was asking about Sankyo cameras last week. I shot a roll of Tri-X 7278, and the film was from 1968. Yeah, the Bell & Howells are good cameras too. Like those Filmosonics, a lot of those are really good cameras. Sankyos aren't bad. They're along the kind of lower end of the spectrum, but I mean they did a fine job with their stuff. I mean, you got to remember, all of this stuff was made for the consumer market. What did you do last summer? So let me show you guys this really quick. This isn't very long. This film, because the second half of it was sync sound. I did sync sound with both of these cameras. But I can't find the audio for the one that I did on this one. So the beginning was just shot in the backyard. Now I want to tell you guys, I dumbed down these films for the live streams because they don't play very good at a high bit rate. So they're very, very low resolution. So meet that in kind with the wood grain. Those are cool. All right, so look at this film. This was shot back in 2023. With this camera. Let me find it here. Oh, we already know that. All right. This was just in my backyard. Now I seem to have kind of a little hot spot in the center. This was Tri-X. There's Piper. That was 2.5 years ago. She's 10 now, so she was 8-ish, 7.5. So there does seem to be a bright spot kind of in the center of the lens. I don't know if it's the fact that the film was 55 years old when I shot it, or if there is an issue with the lens, which there probably is. This is only less than a minute long, the whole film. There's something dreamy about this look, though. I mean, I guess there's a place for it if you know what you're going to get. Now, that's probably not indicative of what you'll get out of all of these cameras. In fact, I'd like to try this again with a roll of modern film with this camera. There's just so much to like about them, except it's just so bulky. Could be some fungus. I didn't see any, but you're right. It could be for sure. Something definitely was affecting it. I don't know if I used the filter on this or not. I usually do not use a filter. On this, all you do is flip this little, let me see if you guys can see it. Flip this little thing up. There's a little thing right there, a little flap that engages and disengages the filter. It's pretty cool, actually. It's the same on this one. So I had this camera. I've had it for a while. It'll shoot 1824 frames per second. It'll shoot silent and sound. It's got a remote socket, monitor for headphones. You can run it off 9-volt DC power. It's got auto manual exposure. It's got a lot of cool things. It's got a backlight compensation up here. So there's a lot of cool things about this camera. I guess it's just, to me, is not really a good everyday carry camera because it's so big. So big. Let's compare my everyday camera with this one. So this is the Sankyo XL40S. Now, I will say this one does a lot more than this one, which is I take this one pretty much everywhere. But if you look at the size difference, it's pretty silly. That's my Canon 514 XL. All right, so that's that one. I want to show you guys this one. So after I did a video on that one, this one popped up on eBay, and I was very interested in this Ectosound size. It is like the Ectosound, those big, it's got the little handle underneath. That's what she said. That T50 is a great camera, Jim. I got to send you some 620 and 127 rolls I already took Daytime filter. So then I found this. And it seems they have they slimmed down a little bit. They slimmed it down a little bit. This is a very, very cool camera. I did a video on this one as well. I did that video back on November 4th of 2021. Holy cow, was it that long ago? So I had this one first. No, it couldn't be that old, is it? I don't remember. But I did a video on this. It seems like it wasn't 2021. But the cool thing about this is it's smaller and less bulky. Right? It may be hard to see on the video, but I can assure you it is a lot less bulky. Right? It's a little bit smaller. It's a little more streamlined. I know the lighting isn't that great, but, and I forgot, let me turn this light on up here. I just use this little overhead light. See this little thing? I got this Neewer. Look at that. It's adjustable, everything. Boom, and it sticks on right up top up there. Kind of helps with the lighting a little bit. I'd say it's a lot easier to handle, this one. So, you know what's cool about this? As a novelty, it does everything that one will do, and a couple other little things. You can open and close the viewfinder so you don't let light in. But this one has the ability to take these just for gits and shiggles. Now this one has a piece of tape on it. This, you guys remember this? You know what this is from. This is Pomona Pack. So this one's empty. But it takes these 200-foot cartridges. Let me see if I can figure this out. So you open, I haven't messed with this camera in quite a while, so you open the film door, and then this part opens up. See there? So if you're using a sound film or a silent film that's not 200 feet, you don't mess with this. You put it in and you close the door. But if you're using this, which, let me see if we can get this in here without jamming it up like I did last time. All right, so we're in. Now, oh no, it won't close. Whatever shall we do? Let's just flip this door up and close it and hope that we have a good seal in there. So then you get this. I mean, you got to admit, just the cool factor is kind of neat, right? Just the cool factor. Fancy. And I have quite a few of these that are full. I probably got, well, I got 3 or 4 that I could shoot, and then I have some Pomona Pack ones that need to be developed still that we're going to do at some point. Pretty fancy, huh? Canon or Nikon did this. They should. Different model numbers. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right, Mike. This is the Sankyo Sound XL61-200. 61-200. Now, we all know 61 is a 6:1 zoom because it'll go from, where's the zoom? It goes from 7.5 to 45, so that's a 6:1. And the 200 is clearly, it also accepts 200-foot magazines. So this one, I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember? Do you remember? So here's what I did. Does anyone or any place do reloading of 200-foot Super 8 carts? Not that I know of. I have tried taking these apart and messed with these a little bit, as have people that are way smarter than me. They're nearly impossible to do anything with. There was one guy that made a 200 or 400-foot magazine for these Super 8 cameras, and I think he made 1 or 2, and that was it. And I don't know if they were just too labor intense or something. It seems like with all of the technology that we have today and the 3D printing and whatnot, that somebody could come up with a way to do a reloadable 200-foot or even 100-foot cartridge for Super 8. Would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Or even 400-foot. 61 meters. No? Well, most of the time, the model numbers were indicative of the zoom ratio or the zoom or the lens. Most of the time when it came to model numbers in Super 8. Many cameras also use a pin in the film compartment to use or not use the filter. Yes, that is correct. Right? That's what the bottom of the cartridge is for. I'm hoping 3D printing will give us battery holders, big carts like that. Could be reloaded and all other parts needed. You would think, yeah, you would think that this could be replicated somehow for, I mean, they have 50-foot cartridges. I think that, you know, well, Jim Cahill and I have talked about this. I mean, you need a little bit of juice to power these 200-foot magazines. I've taken film out of these. They're in there a little bit differently than in a 50-foot cartridge. I mean, it's 4 times as much film. There's a lot more drag. So you really need your camera to be able to handle that much of a load. And it's different inside here. There's a lot more leader too. So there's more than 200 feet of film in here. When you're undoing one of these, you really have to, I'm telling you, it's different than a 50-foot cartridge. Dave says, are you still planning your 2026 goal of filming with 52 cameras in 52 weeks, or did I just make that up? You know, that's not a bad idea. I don't think I have 52 cameras. I know you guys won't believe that. I've had 52 cameras, but I, at this point, don't know if I actually do anymore. I don't think I have 52 working cameras. Maybe 52. I shoot more than 52 rolls of film a year. Well, maybe I don't. But anyway, do you guys remember what I did with this when I did the video? You may or may not remember. I'm going to show you. And I don't remember when I did the video. I think my date might be off. There is one surefire way to know for sure when I shot this video, and that, because I don't think it was in 2021. I think it was more recent than that. It was 2024. I don't know why I put 1. So it was about a year ago I did this. But I want to show you guys, and this is, again, dumbed down. It's a sound. So here's what happened. I shot this when I talked about it, I said I'm shooting this at 24 frames per second. Then I realized that I was actually shooting at 18 frames per second. It's adjustable down here on the bottom, right? This little switch, 18 and 24. Then, when I actually was done with the film, and I put it in the timeline, and I had my little microphone on, and I used my little Tascam recorder, digital recorder, and I synced them up, I then realized the camera was actually shooting closer to about 21 frames per second, which is weird. So I was right smack dab in between 18 and 24 frames per second somehow. And I don't think you can go in between on the switch. It's a positive lock switch. It's either 18 or 24. So I feel like I was shooting right at 21 frames per second, which is strange. I left it at that. So more recently, as in this morning, when I wanted to revisit this camera and this film, I put that film back into a new timeline. But this time I actually made the timeline 21 frames per second, imported the image sequence at 21 frames per second, then I imported the original sound file directly from the digital file, and then I synced up the slates, the head and the tail slate, and all I had to do was expand the audio to 101.3%. So that confirms to me that it was closer to 21 frames per second. Now, I left it. I didn't chop anything, so you're going to probably see a little bit of drift here and there. But I want to revisit this thing that I did. I want to revisit this that I did almost exactly a year ago. Get your popcorn, Jeffrey. Have you ever done a video on how the 200 carts work and how the film is? No, I have not. I have not done that. Because I'm not overly well versed. I have messed with them. But if I do a video, I want to really learn it. And I've never used one of these in real life back when you could use them. I always used the 50-foot cartridges. So I never really messed with them a bunch. Oh, Lyle's leaving. Oh, I missed him. Did I miss Lyle? Sorry, Mike, gotta go. Love that I can watch. Okay, thank you for being here, buddy. Hope you can make the live this Thursday. Later, Kyle. I once had a date that was off. Needless to say, there was not a second date. Yeah, I may or may not have had one or two of those that were off as well. I always get my dates off. I shot about 100 200-foot mags in my Niso 6080. That's pretty awesome. So here's what I did. So I re-rendered it. I expanded the audio. Everything's at 21 frames per second. I rendered it out of Sony Vegas, or Vegas Pro is what I use, at 21 frames per second. I think I left the perforation in it. So, because I know there's perforation crazies. I didn't really do a whole lot to fix the color and whatnot. And it was filmed right here as I sit. So you guys will remember this, hopefully. Again, low resolution. And I'm trying to find it. It was Vision 3 500T, home developed and home scanned. Let's get it cued. And tell me if you guys remember this.
Well,
this is, I think this is the full unedited.
My name is Mike at Filmboy24, and we're doing something a little bit
see
different today.
I think you will see.
Well, it's not a little bit
slate
different,
and then the
but
rambling
we're doing
at the
it
end.
it's sort of a different style. I'm doing a Super 8 camera review.
We can rebuild it.
And the review is of the Sankyo Sound XL 61-200 Super 8 sound camera.
The color is way off in this, and I know that because the shirt that I'm wearing in this video is actually green, more green.
We'll show you a film.
So the video overall
as
is
I know,
way more blue
than
it should be, but like I say, I didn't do a whole lot
intro on Super 8 for YouTube. Now,
this was fun. This was a lot of fun to do, and I want to do more of these.
Neat and fun and exciting.
At some point, I'd like to do an entire YouTube video in 16 millimeter
with only my little studio lighting, with a brand new roll of Vision 3 500T.
You remember this one, Bart?
It's an XL camera, which means it has the wider shutter
You have
angle,
that shirt.
which
I love it.
Should help us a little bit.
Now, good conversation
please
started.
understand, I do process all of my own movie film, and I scan all of my own movie film right here in my house. So the results are not going to be typical of what a professional lab would give you, but it will give us some idea of just how well this camera works. Now, you may notice, well, you do by now, that I'm also recording audio. I'm doing it with my, if I'm talking fast, it's because I only have 2 minutes and 20 seconds. My Tascam DR05X digital recorder into my regular Boya microphone that I use for all my YouTube videos. And I'm going to try to
Mike,
sync the sound.
Yeah, and I didn't do anything at all.
Now, we are at about
one
2 minutes
continuous
of
shot.
runtime,
All I had to do was stretch
so
it.
we are getting close to where I'm going to need to tail
Angus,
switch
this is Vision 3 500T.
So here we go. Let's get back in the studio and talk about this camera.
And this is my usual, typical way of testing
Now we're just
the
going to roll
motors
and
on
see
my
what
Super 8
happens.
cameras.
This is a fun little experiment. And when that little light goes out, I'll know that I'm finished filming. This may not be, I'm wondering if I actually didn't turn this on to 18 frames per second. I might be shooting at 18 frames per second. So I just realized that I am shooting this at 18 frames per second. So I got a couple extra seconds.
Yes,
before
mysterious,
we
you're
take
right.
You back inside,
I would never be hesitant to shoot double system
as opposed
like
to
this
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
if I were doing like an entire film or something like that. So there we have it. If I were doing a film, I would gladly do double system the way I do it now. I think it's totally possible. There are a lot of people that believe that you should have your cameras crystal. Obviously, if your camera is crystal controlled, you're going to cut your workload in half. But you don't have to. You don't have to have crystal controlled cameras. And for the most part, when you're shooting, if you're shooting a bigger film, like a short film or a feature or whatever you're shooting, you're not doing 3 solid minutes of one shot typically. So you're doing 15 to 30 second takes for your sound work, and it's so much easier to sync those sound pieces if they're cut into bits like that. That's what I'm trying to say. That was time travel, yeah. Thanks, radios. Give that man an Oscar or a Felix. Yeah, I love the fact that we have such good modern technology now that we can, it's not really a worry to do sound with film. I mean, I get that question quite a bit, emailed to me. How do I do sound? And Matthew and I were talking a little bit. He's thinking about, Matthew got a great deal. Matthew, our buddy Matthew on here, had picked up an 814 XLS Canon. In my opinion, the greatest Super 8 camera ever produced, the 814 and 1014 XLS. But, and he got a good deal. And he's thinking about doing what Jim Cahill does in getting crystal synced, getting the crystal mod through the film group, which is a good idea. But I told him, I said, just check first. I have 3 Canon 1014 XLSs, and they shoot well. The motors shoot well. They hold their speeds well. They may shoot 23.5 frames per second, but they do it consistently. So I would check it first to make sure before you spend the money. But it is money well spent, because a crystal motor, again, for the most part, there's hardly any work at all as long as you slate your films properly. They make it a lot easier, Jim. You're absolutely right. Lens, widescreen. Yeah, I've always wanted to experiment with anamorphic. I've even seen people make their own anamorphic lenses. They're kind of expensive. Anamorphic lenses are kind of expensive. And it's a very cool, stylized sort of stretch it back out concept. But I've never really experimented too much with it. But I've watched a lot of videos, and they're pretty fascinating. I do appreciate the advice, Mike. I'll shoot some tests before I go through the process. Yes, please do, Matthew. If you need any help, let me know. I'll help you. When we finally have a meetup, it would be great to do a film off, each with our opinion of the best camera, Bolio versus Canon versus Nikon. That would be really fun. I would love to have I know it's far-fetched, but I would love to have a convention. I see everybody, they attend these conventions. My older brother, he's a magician, and there's always magic conventions. He works a lot of conventions. He lectures at a lot of conventions. There's a convention for everything. And with the resurgence of analog film, or just analog media, because we all know film is analog, I really wish there were more meetup conventions. It doesn't have to be huge. People can bring their cameras to sell, or their film stocks, or their analog goodies. I love them. I miss them. I've been to some. You know, in the 80s and 90s, they had them, and it was fun. You'd go to a hotel, you know, like you meet at the Radisson, and inside their big, you know, banquet room, there's all these tables set up, and people just having so much fun talking film and analog, and there were tripods and gear and bags and cameras everywhere. That's the kind of film, that's the kind of meetup that would be fun. We all gather up all our gear. We all meet up somewhere relatively central. I know I'm not anywhere near centrally located. I'm down in the bottom pit of the United States there in Florida. Everything sort of drains down, you know. But I'd go north, you know. I rarely travel, so that would be a great excuse to take a fun trip. Yes, it would. The FPP does film meetups in the area sometimes, but I've never been able to make one. I would love to make one of their meetups. They fill up pretty quick. They're good ways for me. I mean, FPP's in New Jersey. I'm in Florida, so it would be a good trek for me, but man, that would be fun. Those are a lot of fun, those people. I cannot recommend having a sound Super 8 camera crystal synced. I thought you liked doing that. You don't want you don't want the sound one done? Is that what you're saying? Specifically a sound camera, one that actually has the sound head in it. Versus the Bentley. Oh, man. I remember a company in the UK sold anamorphic Super 8 lenses and adapters. It was called Widescreen Center. Not sure if they are still in business. I would like to get one. Who else joining in on the food scale convention? Where's there a food scale convention? I have attended TeslaCon, a steampunk convention, for about 10 years now. I bet that's fun. Could probably adapt modern anamorphic add-on lenses for mirrorless DSLR. Yeah, you could. They're still a little bit costly, are they not, Angus? I'll have to look into it. But there are some good DIYs on how you could kind of make your own. They're still, I mean, they're not free, but there are some DIYs. They just came out with a cheap set of them, 2K for 3 lenses. I've seen those Surus or however you pronounce it, but they're still $2,000. Cheap set. You are kind of centrally located, radios, yeah. Yeah, all of you guys there in the Midwest, and I mean, I guess even like Matthew, I think is in Pennsylvania. You guys are at least kind of in the central region of the United States. So then we have, you know, way up top, and we have way down here on the bottom. And I'm way down there on the bottom. Was in Cleveland. Yeah, I saw that. They had like 40 openings, and it filled up like that day, or maybe 2 days or something. I've had 2 Sound Super 8 cameras crystal converted, a Niso 6080 and a Boyu 5008. Both never really acted the same. I have a Crystal Max Gate 4008, no issues. There's just not as much electronics in them, right? What's wrong? Movie club. Yeah, that's the kind of club that I could be a part of, Mike. Rochester, New York. Hold a film con in Rochester, New York. Yeah, sponsorship by them would be great. By Kodak. Only $3,500. XRP in Las Vegas in April. Only crypto stuff. I wish I knew more about crypto. I used to have some crypto, but I got rid of it all. I got nervous. That was before it boomed. I should have kept it. I know. I didn't have a lot. I had maybe $1,000 in there. Bart's in Texas, so you're kind of down south too, but at least you're in the center, more centralized. I know, Jason, you're on the West Coast. It was $600.79. You have the Kawa? Kawa? I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, Matthew, I think there's so much more electronics involved and gearing and stuff involved that I think there's just so much more that can go wrong with sound cameras. And I think that's why the 4008 kind of took over versus the 5008, because the 5008 being a sound camera versus the 4008 being the silent camera, silent only. There's so much less that can go wrong with those cameras. And I can't argue with that. I mean, 95% of all the film that's shot today is a silent cartridges. So why it makes sense. For people like me, I shoot sound films still. But you don't need to get it crystallized. The sound cameras, if you're shooting magnetic sound film, because it's always going to record 18 frames ahead of your picture no matter what anyway. I know. I never had 1 Bitcoin. I had fractions of them. Pedro. I got an add-on anamorphic 133 for phone cameras, unused, for $5. Hey, I have another film I want to show you guys. After it was crystal converted to the single system sound, did not work anymore. The sound was all flutter. Ooh, I don't like that. Just bought a magnetic striping machine. I saw one on eBay. Did you get the one that was on eBay recently? I had kind of bookmarked it just to look at it. I just don't know. I mean, they'd be good for striping film that was already shot, or if you can get the striping, which I don't know where you get it. Maybe Urbanski has it. But if you did it in the dark and then reloaded your film, I guess you could. But I don't know how you would do any of that. I guess it's good for... Yeah. Oh, you got it. That was a good deal, by the way. I had thought about getting it, but I didn't. Get your popcorn. Yeah, this is a film that I shot. And good luck with that. Let me know how that works out for you, because I had my eye on it. This is a film I shot in my Canon 514 XL. I shot it in March. I have it out here. It's this, 200T. I shot it in March. I wrote a little note here. Of this year, on our little spring vacation in Indiana. It's just my family. It's just stuff out and about. I mean, you'll see some of the places we went. It's nothing groundbreaking, earth-shattering. There's some old buildings, some dilapidated houses, and then there's this one huge place that we go to every time we go. It was an old schoolhouse. It's so neat. It's huge brick building. And it was an old schoolhouse back in the 50s or 60s. And now it's been repurposed. It's like a men's home for helping homeless and men in trouble. And they have a really cool thrift store in there. It's called the Man Cave. And they got some camera equipment. It's all these men things, men's clothes. And it's run by volunteers. But across the street, it's not in the greatest neighborhood, I guess, but there's some worn out houses and whatnot. I love old buildings. I don't know where you get the striping, Jim. Works, shot some video, loaded in the power director and unsqueezed it. Looks real. That's cool, Angus. All right, let me show you this. It's not perfect, very low res. Excuse me. The color grading is not great. Mostly outdoors, a little bit indoors. You're going to see Piper getting crazy. My wife is in it. My mom and stepdad are in it in the very beginning, kind of walking into it. Anyway, get your popcorn. Let me show you this film really quick. It was fun. I love shooting film. Did you guys know that? This was a little plaza that we went to. There's my mama. Of course, we go to bookstores. My wife is a book fanatic. White River Plaza. Now you can see this is my game. See all the dirt and dust and specks and watermarks and whatnot. This is my ECN2 game. It's just so hard to keep that off. Look at that. That's what you get when you hang. ECN2 film, by the way, really collects. I think there's more static or something in it. I don't get quite as much when I do like 100D. Adds character. There you go. I love these buildings. But that's the one I was telling you about. That's an old schoolhouse. It's now a men's home for troubled, people. Oh, I don't know, Mike. She reads thriller, horror thriller kind of stuff. Hey, Ben, how are you, buddy? You're late to the party, but loving the ECN2. Thank you. Yes, I shot this in March, Ben, with my Canon 514 XL in Indiana. Yes, very exciting. We went to Tractor Supply. And there's Crazy Piper. Bentley B3. Masonry is forever. Yes, I know, Jim. That's your forte. There's a couple of the buildings that were near. This is a little farm town called Oakville in Indiana, and that's their post office. And that is a very dilapidated barn. I had to mess with the colors a little bit, Jeffrey, in the indoors. I would love to go to the UK. Absolutely love to. My sister and her husband live on this farm, and he's great. Her husband is great with old tractors. He restores them. They have thousands, a couple thousand acres. His dad does, that they work, and he does a regular job, as well as farming. That's the stuff I like to take pics of the most. Yes, I'll get the Bentley fired up one day. So that's the film. I just want to show you guys. I might actually do I don't know, include it in a standalone video one of these years. I'm not sure, but I figure live streams are always a good place to kind of have fun with these kind of films. You know, these just little family films and memories that we like to make. They say you can tell a lot from a photographer or cinematographer by taking a peek at their family photos or films, because you should always encapsulate things you love. Thank you, Angus. I sent you a pic of the Super 8 Super Drive. What is the Super 8 Super Drive? That looks like the R16 magazine. Thank you, Cecil. UK travel event. Meet Mike. Bring your camera and film. Fish and chips. Fish fingers and beans. And a pint at the pub. I would 100% be down for that. Might be difficult getting all of us Americans to meet over there. That's pretty cool. You guys are let me see if my little camera, let me see if my little spin wheel camera might show that better. It's just too bright. Yeah, a little too bright. It's wanting to adjust too much, but yeah, that's pretty interesting stuff. That's an old R16 that's been converted, the Super Drive. That's amazing. Beaulieu. It makes sense because Beaulieu R16 and Beaulieu 6008, 400 foot. That's the one I was talking about. Yeah. You have one of those, Jim? Hey, Ben says, ever see the Kubrick home movies? He talks to his daughter about what she's shooting and what. No, I have not, but now I want to. Are they posted somewhere, Ben? Ben is over in the UK as well. Yes, let's do a UK meetup, and then we'll go see Super Cine. We'll see Ben. We'll visit Adrian Cousins. We'll just have a big meetup. That would be fun. Atlantis. Oh, you want to go to the Bahamas? I do not have one. Well, get on it. I just saw a clip. Oh, on a documentary. That would be cool. I might have to search around a little bit. I saw snippets of Kubrick's film, but not the whole film. We can split the difference and meet halfway between the U.S. and U.K. Oh, Atlantis. You mean split the difference. Now, that would be fun. I've been to Atlantis a couple of times. The Bahamas. Nassau. It's in Nassau. Yeah, that would be cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. How about we start with a gentle U.S. meetup somewhere and then go from there. See if we can even get people together. I hear that Atlantis is a thriving animal community. It's just a lot of cool stuff to film over there. A UK meetup? Can I ride with you? Yeah, let's just drive. I'll take my motorbike. How about Iceland? Ohio. See, Ohio might be the jam. Ohio might be the jam. Because I feel like, I don't know, I have to pull out my good old U.S. map. I'll get my globe. Let's find out. Memphis, Greenland. I don't know. I mean, we'd have to find, here's the thing. We'd have to find out who's serious and who's not if we were actually going to do a fun meetup at some point. Maybe 2026 is the year for a fun meetup. But then we find out who's serious about doing it. And then we'll start nailing down what would be a good central spot, you know? would be a good central spot. You have a daughter and grandkids in Ohio. And also, Angus and I have talked a little bit. And Angus, Dana, I know you've sent me some emails. I'm so sorry I haven't responded yet. I'm behind on emails. But he had some good ideas about another pass around. And I think there's plenty of us here that would get involved. And the one that really interests me a lot, and he's volunteered to even source the cameras and whatnot, but the one that really interests me a lot is, and it was his idea, a single roll of Super 8 film, not a camera, not anything. We'll just send a single Super 8 cartridge to a few people. Probably have to keep it in the US for now. And then hopefully it would make its way back to me at some point. Everybody shoots, whatever, 10, 15 seconds in their camera of choice. It'll make its, we'll have this sort of rule for it. It'll make its way back to me at some point, hopefully. And then I'll process it and we'll present it. That would be so much fun. It'd be kind of like when I sent those reels, the Super 8 rolls to people, 5 rolls. But this time we'll send it to each other. Maybe we'll have a master list of people we know and trust. And then we'll just send it to each other. We'll film our portion. And then the last name on the list will be me. You send it back to me and I'll process it, I'll scan it, and then I'll show it on a live stream. I think that's a fantastic idea. New Jersey, state motto, what's that smell? I've heard that motto. We can do polls easily. Yes, we can polls in the Facebook group. That would be fun. Oh, a trailer. Yes, you would need one for your cameras. If we could work in a trip round the Super 8 line at Kodak Rochester, that would be a deal maker. That would be awesome. I would love to go to Kodak in Rochester. My sister-in-law, my older brother's wife, is from Rochester. She, you know, basically if you lived in Rochester, you worked at Kodak. But she didn't. Well, they moved before she was working, I believe. Pretty sure someone else suggested sending a Super 8 cartridge, not me, but cool idea. Yeah, it is a great idea. And Dana's other idea, this is Dana's idea, sending a camera. Like even a disposable or some kind of a, he has volunteered some little point and shoots, loaded up with film. Everybody shoots a picture or two and then send it to the next person. That's also a really good idea. Would it be easy just to have regional meetups? Mike will be flown around the country in Europe. Yeah, I might have to. I don't know what we're going to do yet. Man, I'll buy the film and shoot the initial shots, then send to the next person. I'm down. Dana is so good at this stuff. That's a fun idea. I can shoot film of Flying O shooting film. That's right. You guys are neighbors, right? My parents are from Rochester. Had an uncle who worked at Kodak his whole career. Man, my wife's family is from Rochester. Fritz, you the man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows somebody from Rochester, right? That's an idea. I'll film you, filming me, filming you. But I love that passing stuff around idea. But I think realistically, sadly, we should probably keep it in the U.S., at least for now, because it is really gotten expensive to ship stuff. Like I sent 18 rolls of film, just 220 film. Remember we did the Tri-X that Gordon Webster gave me. And sending them to the UK, I was happy to do it, but it was like $25 a roll, and that's 2 ounces. So it could get costly sending outside the U.S. I mean, if you guys want to do it, I'm game. It's totally up to you guys. But I think that needs to somehow get worked out. I think we need to figure out how we're going to do this this next community project. I think the film festival was a good idea, but I think it was a little much for people. The little showcase, I still have Fritz's. I want to show his. Fritz did the 2 No. 2 pencils. But I think I don't know what happened with that. I think it just sort of kind of faded away again. So maybe by next Halloween we'll have that going again. 1 US cart and 1 Europe cart. I mean, that's a good idea too. If somebody wants to get it started, maybe Ben wants to get that started. You know, send one around over there, and then I'll pay for the final shipment to me, or they can process it there and send me the file. I don't care. Yeah, it was expensive. That was an expensive venture. I don't know how many of those I'm going to be able to do. 3rd annual, first year. Still working my showcase entry. Need to film the title cards, then edit. Yeah, I'm down. Any time people want to get those going, we'll show them at some point. Fritz did one, and he did a good job with it, and I want to show his. How many times will it get X-rayed? It's going to get X-rayed, but I think that might be kind of some of the joy, you know? Thank you, Ben. There he is. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, once we can sort this out, maybe Ben, maybe we'll do a black and white roll. You can develop it. And that's my dog. Somebody's at my door. I think it's a salesperson. Yeah, probably just a sales. We get this. We get people that knock on the door and want to sell us stuff, and we don't have time. Oh, okay. Here, hold on 1 second, guys. Ugh. Go ahead. Oh, they got the wrong house. Okay. Ugh.
Kevin, right?
I don't know. Sorry, guys. Here's a special delivery. Yeah, I think it was was it one of the neighbors?
No, it was one of the neighbors' deliveries.
Oh, it was a delivery. It was so our neighborhood is so weird. You know how usually like 1, 2, 3, 4, when you go across the street, it's like one side is odd, one side is even. Ours isn't like that. Our neighborhood is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down, and then it continues down the other way. It is so or it's just weird the way our street is set up. So we oftentimes get other people's mail, and this was a delivery for one of our neighbors. So that's all it was. Sorry. My film is in festival in Kansas City next. Oh, it is. Awesome. Congrats. Proper packaging should avoid most X-rays. Label it as film. Yeah, maybe we'll send around one of those lead. Maybe we'll get one of those lead packs or something like that. We'll try to keep everything. You know, if you're sending one roll of film, it'll be under £1, so it'll be inexpensive, and we'll just do it all as the parcel post. But maybe put it in a thing and label it "Do Not X-Ray." New camera. Yeah, I wish. No, I don't have any new cameras coming. Fuller brushes, Avon, Electra. We get people that constantly, you know, well, we saw your trees are getting overgrown, and you know we're in the neighborhood. You're in the neighborhood because you're trying to push your service. You're not in the neighborhood for any other reason than that. I have a lot of those lead line film bags. See, that might be the way if they're not real heavy, right? I mean, it's lead, but what is that large Kodak box? Oh yeah, that's the 200. Were you here, Bart? That's the 200 foot. These are old 200 foot sound stripe magazines that fit in some cameras. There's your normal cartridge, but these are the 200 footers. This one's empty. I already developed this one. But I was showing that earlier with my Sankyo camera that takes those cartridges. Yeah. Yeah, those lead line bags, that's a good idea, maybe. Maybe we'll have to use those. Maybe see how much they weigh. And then it's the police to pick up the Elmo, the Elmo album camera. Avon. I'll use the lead line bags for shipping the Super 8 cart, as well as the point and shoots if we do that as well. Perfect. The no X-ray stamps work good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Or if you don't have any, we'll just write it on there too. So we'll keep the lead bag, and whenever you're done, put it back in the lead bag, and then pop it into a little... These are very durable. I get these all the time. People send me these all the time. You really don't need to put this in a box. Let's keep this all shipping all down as low as we can get it. You can ship these in a padded envelope. Do it in a padded envelope. Rambling observations. How are you? They don't have to be in a box. I mean, short of a steamroller running over these things, they're very solid. So I wouldn't worry. Remember, this is just for fun. This is going to be, what do we get? What do we get? So we get a little x-ray, we get a little of this, a little of that. Somebody didn't quite expose it right. Somebody didn't do this right. Doesn't really matter. And none of that really matters. This is the beauty of these community projects, is that we're looking for a complete array of differentness, right? We want it to be different. Sure, we can take a roll of film and I can go out and I can shoot whatever we want. You can too, but this is all about our community, and depending on how many people, and maybe Dana, if you're not a part of the Filmboy24 community on Facebook, Dana does a good job over there, and maybe he'll post a poll to see who's interested. And if you're interested, just, yeah, I'm interested, then we can go from there. Pomona Pack goodies coming, I wish. I got no more of that coming. But anyway, guys, I'm going to have to scoot. What are we, an hour and 33 minutes in? I can chop up one lead line film bag for a simple sheet that can wrap the Super 8 cart and then put in a pack. That'd be perfect, yeah. Oh, I have an idea on a project. You have the film, and you have to film a dad. Oh, we got to do a dad joke. I have to film a dad joke. Yeah, I could do that. That would be fun. Thank you, Dave Knopf. Hey, there's Eric. Holga Week. Voting last day tomorrow. I voted. Anyone else submit? What? Oh, is that a contest? No, I did not. See you tomorrow, Mike. Tomorrow? What's tomorrow? This will be a great project. Looking forward to it. It is dad joke time. Sorry. All right, first one. I see 24. So we're either going to do add a 0 or we're going to go to 24. Let's see. Fritz says 24. Mike says, hi, Piper. Hi. 24 it is. I've been to the dentist a lot. I know the drill. I'm just going to set that down there. Great to see you again, Mike. I'll be more social once I finish my straight 8 film. Thank you, Ben, for being here. Let us all know when you are going to stream again. Oof, rim shot. Why did the truck driver what was all the gassiest jokes? No. Let's go to 240. Let's add a 0. 240. When I feel like exercising, I just lie down until the feeling goes away. No, there's not 600 pages in here. Oh gosh, thank you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Members only stream Thursday, November 20th, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I have 30 members, almost 30. I think there's around 30 members. I want to see at least half of you there. We usually get at least a dozen people, and it's so much fun. Thank you, Eric. That's what I do. I know, me too, Fritz. I should exercise more. I do okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Bart. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, everybody. I couldn't do these without you. Jim Cahill says, bye-bye, Piper. I couldn't and I wouldn't do these live streams without you guys. You're my lifeblood. I really appreciate it. I would say thank you to everybody individually, but I will forget someone and then I'll feel guilty for the rest of the week. So how about just thank you, everyone? I love you all like family. Members, I'll see you Thursday. Everybody else, 2 Sundays from now. Peace out.